Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Novalir Prasetya. I'm from 10 RPL, Time Software Engineering, and today I want to talk about Flutter and Flutter widgets and other stuff about Flutter. First of all, what is Flutter? Flutter is an open source framework by Google for building beautiful, natively compiled multi-platform application for a single code base. And why is Flutter? First of all, Flutter is fast. Flutter code complies RM, R, ARM or Intel machine code as well as JavaScript for fast performance on any device. And Flutter is productive, build and iterate quickly with hot reload, update code and see change almost instantly without losing state. And Flutter is flexible. Control every pixel to create customized adaptive design that look and feel great on any screen. There is two important things when you build a project, a Flutter project. The first one is lib folder. This is where you put all of your code source into this in it to build your project. So you put all of your files to this lib folder. All of your Flutter source code will be in this folder. And pubspec.yaml file. Pubspec.yaml file is commonly used as a package manager, which is where the function of this package manager is to add feature and various assets that are not in the project. And I want to talk about state. What is state? Flutter is declarative. This means that Flutter built its user interface to reflect the current state of your app. State can be described as whatever data you need in order to rebuild your UI and at any moment in time. There are two types of states. Stateless widget. Stateless widget is a widget whose state value cannot be changed or immutable. So the widget is more static and has limited interaction. This widget usually used for text or just common UI that cannot be changed. And the second one, stateful widget. Stateful widget is a widget whose state can change its value, which means stateful widget is dynamic and has unlimited interaction. This widget usually used for input item or input data, input widget, or even button. And next, Flutter widgets. What is widget on Flutter? Flutter widgets are built using a modern framework that takes inspiration from React. The central idea is that you build your UI out of widgets. Widgets describe what their view should look like given their current configuration and state. The first widget is scaffold. Scaffold is a widget that is used to create the basic appearance of material design in Flutter application, which can also be called as the basis of a page in Flutter application. The view on the side is an implementation of scaffold. Scaffold has three parts. The red one is app bar, the green one is body, and the blue one on the bottom right is called floating action button, or usually called FAB. And now I want to give you an example of scaffold. Now if you make a project, there is a lot of folder and files that automatically showed up. As I said, there are two important things in Flutter project. The first one is this lib folder, where you put all your source code inside of the folder, and pechakucha is for if you want to put a feature or asset like image or even fonts. You have to sign it first in this file, the pechakucha files. And um, before you want to uh, put uh, a widget, you must to put material app, and inside the material app you put this home property, and now you can call scaffold. Like I said, scaffold have three main things: app bar. You can use app bar widget. You can put title inside the app bar, like text, and then use this sign to put your text. Like for example, test widget. And after app bar, you can put body. This is where all your UI will put the main things in your UI. It's called body. For example, you can put center, so all of your widget that inside the center, this widget center will be center. For example, I want to put text like this, and you can put a function button like this, or you can put like icon button or even elevation button. And inside it you can put on press, and you can even put child, for example an icon like so. So if you run the app on your emulator or wherever you are using, uh, this scaffold will appear with app bar, the end text inside the body, and floating action button. It may take a while to run a project on an iPhone emulator. So let's wait. See, like this. There is an bar with a title in the middle, and there is a text in the center, because we put the text inside the center widget and inside the body property. So the text will be inside the body, and this flotation button is square because we use elevated button, and inside the child of elevated button we use icon and icon star like this. And next is container. container is a widget that is used for styling, creating a shape and layout on its child widget. This widget combines common painting, position, and sizing of widgets. Container can be used to store one and more widgets and position it on the screen according to our conventions. Basically, a container is like a box to store content. And now I want to give you an example. Okay, so you can delete this scaffold, or you can change this text to container, because we want to use container. Inside the container we can use child, and we can add some text like this. And you can even erase this floating action button. If you run the project, it will looks like this, because the container doesn't have uh, a color. You can add some color inside the decoration, and inside the decoration property you can use box decoration. And this inside this box decoration there's a lot of properties like color, image, border radius, and other stuff. So if you want to add color, just type color property and colors dot dot deep blue, for example. And you can add some border radius, circular, and for example 10. If you run the project, it will do like this. If you want to have some space between the text and the container, you can add some padding. You can wrap the text with padding like this, and it will like this. Or maybe you want to change the shape. To circle, and it will like this. Or you cannot put some border if you want to change the shape like this. It will look like this. And now I want to, and next is padding. Like I said, padding is the space that inside the element between the element and the border. Padding goes around all four sides of the content, and you can target and change the padding for each side. Back to the Android Studio. If you want to put padding to all of your sides, top, bottom, left, and right, you can use all. But if you only want to put padding to your left side of your widget, you can use only. You can leave only left, only right, only top, only, or only bottom. And it will look like this, because it's only left. Or maybe you want to put only right, like this, or maybe only top or only bottom. And after only, you can put symmetric. You can use vertical or horizontal. If you put vertical, it will give padding to your top and bottom side of your widget. It will do like this, top and bottom. And if you use horizontal, it will give rest and light padding to your to your left and right sides of your widget. And next we have center. Like I said, center makes the center widget come with built-in fit Flutter. It aligns its child widget to the center of the available space on the screen. The size of this widget big will be as big as possible if the width factor and height factor properties are set to null and dimension are constrained. So if you put your widget inside of a center widget, the widget will be center like this. If you erase this widget, the widget will be on top like this. So the center widget is used for putting your widget in the center of your screen. And next we have row. This widget arranges its children in a horizontal direction on the screen. In other words, it will expect child widget in a horizontal array. So if you have a lot of container like this, for example, you can wrap this container with row, and you can copy this container into to tree like this. So this container will be arranged horizontally like this. Maybe you want to add some margin inside the container like this. You can put margin properties, and you can add inset dot symmetric only and all, same like padding, like so. And you can copy again like this. So the children of this widget, row widget, will so if you have 3 containers inside of row children, it will be raised horizontally. And next we have column. Same like widget, but column is vertical. Column is widget that display its children in a vertical array. If you want to define several widgets rendered in a vertical column according to their order, the column widget is suitable for that purpose. So back to the end video. If you change this row to column, all the widget will be arranged vertically. Same like row is horizontally, but column is vertically. And next we have button. Buttons are the graphical control elements that provide a user to trigger an event such as taking action, making choices, searching things, and many more. They can be placed anywhere in your UI like dialogues, forms, card, toolbar, and others. First of all, we have elevated button. Back to the studio. If you want to make elevated button, just put elevated button in your body or center. Change the center child into elevated button. And you can there is two properties that required in this widget. The first one is on pressed. You can put the parameter and uh, the curly bracket and child, and you can put text or even icon inside the child like this. Left button. If you are on your emulator, it will like this. Next, we have text button. Text button is a button widget that has a plain appearance like text. Text buttons are generally used on toolbars, dialog, or in conjunction with other button components. So back to the studio, if you want to use text button, just change this elevated button into text button like this. If you run, it will like this. So the text will be can be button. And next we have outline button. It will go like this. An outline button is a Flutter is a label chart displayed on a zero levitation material widget that can react to touches by filling with a background color. So if you change this text button into a outline button, it will look like this. It will have an outline like a border in the border like this. And next we have icon button. Flutter icon button acts just like a button but with an icon instead of an usual button. You can execute a set of statements when the icon button is pressed using onPress property. Also you get the animation like splash when you click this icon button, just like regular button. So you can change this outline button into icon button and change the child into icon, and you can use icon inside the icon properties. And it will do like this. It can be icon. And maybe just that. What can I say? Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.